All right, finally, the question I get the most. How do I make my EX3 look like film? There's really only one way, and that's with Prime Lens Adapters. So Midtown Video is a Letus reseller. The Pro 35 from PS Technic, also a fine solution. There are a couple other sort of lower budget solutions which you can get away with, but let me repeat this. Midtown Video is a Letus reseller, so if you're interested in this, we've got a great rental package. If you want to buy one, we'll hook you up with it, absolutely. What are we doing here? Well, we've taken the stock lens off of the BMW EX3, okay? We put on Fuji's ACM21, that's a EX to 2/3 inch lens adapter. So bells should be going off. If you own a 2/3 inch camera, Betacam, DV cam, HD cam, P2, whatever it is, if you've got a 2/3 inch adapter, 2/3 inch lens mount on your camera, you can use this exact solution that I got right here, okay? This is a 2/3 inch Pro relay from Letus. That'll sort of, well, we'll discuss it a little bit further in detail. The next stop in the chain is the Letus adapter itself. We're using the Ultimate, okay, which allows you to mount a prime lens, a 35. We got Zeiss Super Speeds right here. This is a, this is our 18. All right. So we've got some Zeiss Super Speed prime mount lenses connected to the Letus Extreme, Letus Ultimate. So we're taking the light through a prime lens and we're receiving it on a film plane. This is an Academy-sized plane. So the bigger the chip, the more information you're getting, the more shallow depth of field you can achieve because you're just getting so much light and information. And what this relay does is it allows the CMOS chips of the EX3 to focus on this 35mm plane. So in effect, you're taking an image of an image. You following me there? We're using the lens to focus the light on a gigantic Academy-sized film plane, and then using this relay to send that image right to the CMOS sensors. And so let me get this display off so that we're just concentrating on our beautiful image here. Just a moment. Where is the button?
On the handle.
On the handle. Looking at the handle.
Display or
Yeah, you'd think so.
Right underneath the handle?
Right underneath the handle.
Did we reassign it?
Did I reassign it? I probably reassigned it. All right, well listen, bear with me on this one. I'll have to apologize. I can't get that information off. You can take it off easily. It's just after a long seminar like this, you start to forget things. All right, so can I have my volunteer please slide your chair right into the front of the camera here? So we are now on the widest lens that we've got. We've got an 18, but if I replace this with a 50 or an 85, it would be even more dramatic. What's your name, sir?
I'm Jose.
Jose, this is Jose. Thank you very much for helping us out, Jose. But let me just show you that when you've got the EX3 properly outfitted with a prime lens adapter and a prime lens, I can get a nice focus on Jose. I'm right in the middle of the monitor here, aren't I? And the background is completely blown out. Completely blown out. So how can I do this? Jose, I tell you what, why don't you slide that way, even further? All right, that's a great idea.
You can see the monitor now?
Oh, I tell you what we're gonna do. Tell you what we're. I'm gonna answer that in just 1 second. There we go. Now you're not looking at it. Okay.
Yes, watch your BNC.
Watch my BNC. That's what you were saying. Thank you. Question in the back.
Okay. We're losing stops, right, by using that adapter.
Yes. The Letus Ultimate Bundle with the Pro 2/3 inch relay loses 1.5 stops of light. The Pro 35 would lose about 2 stops of light. I'm not real familiar on the Red Rock and what are the other guys?
Brevis.
Brevis.
I believe the Letus loses less than 1 stop.
The Letus loses less than 1 stop.
The Pro version is less.
But check out how out of focus Tom is and how in focus Jose is. And I mean, these guys are what, 4 feet apart? Pretty wild. So generally when people ask about the film look, there are 2 elements. It's the frame rate. You want to go down to 24 frames a second so that when you pan, there's a big jitter, you know. And when there's motion, it's real blurry. Everybody loves that in the film look. And more importantly is the shallow depth of field. That shallow depth of field just, it allows you to make real creative images. And what allows this extremely shallow depth of field, again, is first the lens is focusing on the gigantic Academy-sized plane. And then the relay is taking the CMOS chips of the camera and aiming right at that picture. It's like taking a picture of a picture, or a video of a video, if you will. Yeah? Cool.
I understand you have, that camera has, I don't know if this version, but I understand that the last
Thank you,
one,
Jose.
the last one has something in the menu, in the setup, that says like film look or cinema, so something like that in the setup. Is that right?
Cine Gamma.
Cine Gamma? Right?
So there are a couple of different ways of achieving it. Yes. Excuse me. There are three important elements in achieving the film look. The first is the 24 frame per second progressive frame rate to make everything jittery and slow like film. The second is the shallow depth of field that you can achieve with the film lenses. And the third is Cine style gammas. So in certain cameras it's known as Cine Gamma. I think Panasonic calls it the Cine Gammas. You notice that in the gamma settings of the EX3 there are 4 different cinema-like gamma settings. So again, gamma is a complicated issue. Gamma is talking about the quantization of light. So people talk about gamma curves, meaning how long it takes you to get from black to white and how many stops you make along the way. In a standard linear gamma curve, let's say black is on the bottom, white is on the top, your colors are in the middle, you'd have a straight line, meaning you pay as much attention to the difference at each stop along the way. The cinematic gamma curves are more S-shaped, meaning you'll pay more attention to the difference in the dark images, right? So it'd be curvy here. Then you'd make a jump up. You'd ignore the color, the subtle color differences in the colors, and then bend your curve back up at the top, meaning you'll take the highlights and pay more attention at the subtle gradations in the whites, the extremely bright areas. So classically, film is known for more rich detail in the dark shadows and the bright highlights. You're paying more attention to the quantization, you're paying more attention to the differences in the darks and the lights than you are in the reds and the greens and the blues. They just sort of treat color as color. You know, sure, they color it afterwards and make it pop. But traditionally, video is more of a straight linear curve. And if you can bend that curve, if you can pull more detail out of your shadows and out of your bright highlights, then you're achieving a closer to the film, a more filmic look. Cool? I think, I just have one more shameless plug. Our buddies from Liebeck came in. These are some Japanese manufacturers, and they left us with this nice tripod. It looks like an H38. It retails for about, what is it, 730 bucks, something like that. I just figured I'd say hello to you gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Thank you for loaning the gear. And again, if anybody else has any reason for a shameless plug, you want to be a part of it, let us know. We'll make it happen. We love to do that. So I'd like to thank a couple of people right now. Verge Castillo, he's my technical director. Scott Lenter on the camera. Tom Morton. Listen, if you guys want to do some live internet broadcasting, the first thing you got to do is find yourself a 19-year-old kid that knows everything about everything and get him on your side. Absolutely. What, you're not 19 anymore. You're 20. But when we started, he was 19. I want to thank Ricardo Valdez of PrimeCinema.com. He was our guest today. I want to thank all my guests that joined us in the studio, all my millions and billions of internet viewers. Thank you guys for sharing a little bit of time with us. We got Fernando riding the audio boards. I really appreciate that. Listen, next seminar, how to broadcast live video to the internet. All right, so if you're interested at all about that, come check us out. One more question.
Nobody thanked you, man. So
well, thanks. I'm Jesse Miller. Appreciate you coming out today. Great. You want to take us out with that Rude Boy Shuffling, our theme song? All right. Thanks again, everybody. Have a drink, have some cheese. It's delicious, and come see us again. Thank you very much. All right.
Stiff-necked fool, you deny me. Promote the words on the slack tidy. Now the youth them so viciously. Got to face your reality. This a rude boy, a shuffle.